Hello guys, welcome to 3D Home, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to model this spiral staircase using Morph tool. Alright, so let's dive in without wasting much of your time. So the first thing we're going to be using our line tool. Okay, so click on okay, first of all go to your ground, which is the plan view. From there now, what we need to do right now is to create our diameter. Okay, so you pick your circle, which is from this line side. All right, under your document pick this arc or circle tool and then click. So let's make use of 1000 radius. Okay, that's 1 meter. Enter, and then still click there once. Now what we're going to do right now is we need to see our step, because we're going to be using more of elevations before proceeding. Okay, remember we're going to be using Morph tool for it. So first of all, get your circle and then click on your same line again. Now we need to get this middle point. How do we get the middle point? You escape, click on the line, zoom in, okay, and then escape again. This middle point is going to be there. Now click on line once again, then click from this point to the middle point, and then from here to this middle point. Now what we're going to do next is that we'll click from this point and divide this into two, and then click on the same point again and divide this other one into two. Now let's do away with these top lines. Okay, do with the top lines. Now we're going to be using this one. You see, this line is actually horizontal. All right, it's horizontal line, while this one is the angle one. So we're going to be using this as our reference now. So what we need to do right now is we're going to um we're going to bring in this pole. All right, this one, we're going to bring in this one in that particular point. So how do we get this one from this particular settings? Now, first of all, before you get your numbers of steps, you need to know the height of your headroom. From there, now you divide the height of your headroom by the what? You divide it by your riser. Okay, so let me quickly show you something from our elevations. Now this one is the previous one I did, right? So from this point to this point, that's from this ground level to this point, is supposed to be 150. Okay, that's from here to here. This is 150 now. So this is the height of my riser. So anything I'm doing is going to be within this riser. So let's do it together without wasting much of your time. So now we need to get our height. We need to get our pole and the height. Remember the height of our headroom, we're using 3 meters. Okay, if you check from this elevation now, see, this is 3 meter we are using, okay, which is from here to here is 3 meters. Here to here is 3 meters. So once you know your height, you divide that 3 meter by the riser, which is 150, to give you the total numbers of steps. So don't worry, you don't have to fear anything because we're doing it together. So now once you get your circle and you divide this one like this, the next thing you need to do is this pull. Alright, so click on under design, select your column and go to columns. The settings I use here, we're going to be using 150, okay, 150, and then for the height, we're going to be using 3 meters. That's 3000, which is the height of that particular headroom, okay. So for the color, click on segment. Once you click on segment, come to this point, right, select this one and select this one, and then select any of the material of your choice, okay. Whether I just, let's use titanium white for this tutorial. Okay, now click OK and click on this middle point. Now we have our column now. Sorry, let's open our 3D. So this is the pole. Okay, this is our pole. Alright, so now let's go ahead and start our first riser. So then once you get this pole like this, the next thing you need to do is to go to your front elevation. Now click on south elevation. South elevation. So it depends on where the this thing is actually. So if you don't have a building here, if you have a building here and it's going to block this part, you can actually use your section line, cut section line through here and view it so that you can actually see this front. Okay, because our reference here is going to be on this horizontal line. So now click on our front elevation since there's nothing blocking this one. So click on south elevation. Okay, this is the pole. This is our pole. Now there's another thing you need to pay attention. Okay, pay close attention to this step now. we need to get the middle point of this column. Okay, for us to be sure, just click line, draw a line from here to here, draw another line from here to here, connect another line, sorry, connect another line from here to here, right? And then now you can automatically get this middle point because you're sure now, right? So draw another line from here to, you can extend it, okay, but just a guide. And then now we're going to start our first riser. Our first riser is going to be like this from here. The width, we want the width to be, the length to be 1 meter. We'll type 1 meter. Oh, this is not straight. So from here now, why is 1 meter? There's something you need to note. Remember, it's starting from this middle point. Okay. If you want it to be more than 1 meter, that means you need to extend this one more than. Okay. You need to extend it more than. For us to get this outside accurately 1 meter, let's let's leave it 1 meter. Okay, let's just leave it 1 meter and proceed. Or you can extend it if you want to. But for the sake of this tutorial, let's go 1 meter. Because our diameter, which is the radius, is 1 meter. I didn't mean it's more than 1 meter, then we'll extend it. Okay. So now, note something. Your riser has to go in line with the radius. Okay. Since this radius diameter is since this circle since this circle radius is 1 meter, then your riser also has to be 1 meter so that it will go in line with this. Okay. So now back to our front elevation. Since we've gotten this, we'll pick line again and create our first riser, which is, and the length is going to be 1 meter. Okay, 1000. Then click. Now click on this one and offset downward. Press control to have this plus sign. Okay. So remember the height is going to be, our riser is going to be 150. And someone will be like, why are we extending it downward instead of upward? Okay. Remember, this riser is going to be like our reference. This one is going to be like our reference. It's going to be like our reference step. Okay. With this one, now we're going to offset the remaining steps that will take us to this height. Okay. So let this one be from here to here. Offset it from this ground line, this ground level line. Offset it downward. Okay. Now, since we've gotten this one, we can now do away with these two, with these other lines. We don't need them for now. So now we need to create this shape. Okay. How do we do that? Click line from here to here, and then pick this curve edge and curve it. Okay, pick it and curve this one. Now I like to align. I don't want this to be more than 1 meter, so what I usually do is that from this line, I'll just draw. Okay, from here, I'll draw a line. Then I'll take this one back. Sorry, move it now back to this point. Okay, back to this point. Let's delete this, and then press your control button and hold, then cut this line and cut this line, which is trimming. So we have something, we have lines, like you can see we have this shape now, which is this. So we need to create this one. So you have room of, you have this, you can actually play around with the shape. Okay, but for now let's just go strictly with what we have here. Okay, so you can click from here to here and click the line. Escape first of all, click the line, select this arc, and let's curve this point like this, right? And then same thing from here. Can click from here, but before then we need another line, guideline to here. This is where the magic is. Okay. Once you get this shape done, then we can now proceed with the morph. So now we're going to remove this, cut this, then do away with this one. delete. Now select all the arcs, make sure they are well. Okay, we need to trim this one well. Okay, press Ctrl and trim this. So now select everything like this, click one of the lines and select offset all. Okay, something did not align well. So click here, trim this one well, trim this other side too well. Alright, make sure there are no openings. And check this one, make sure everything is well connected. Okay, now let's select everything again and try. So everything is working now. Now tap Control to have a copy of it. If you don't tap Control, it's going to go all the way. But tap Control. And let's make this thickness. Since it's steel, you can just decide to make it maybe 30 or 25. Let's just go with 30. And now let's quickly connect this and also connect this. And let's select everything. Deselect this one. And let's move a copy of this. Move a copy of this to the front. Okay. Once we are done like this, the next thing we're going to do is go back to design, select Morph, hold down, zoom in and hold down your spacebar button and click inside. So we have our Morph now like this. Now check our 3D. You're going to see that that particular Morph is in 2D. Okay, this is the Morph. This is our shape. It's on 2D actually. So you click on it, alright? Click any of the part and select what? Select tube. Once you select tube, you click before you extend it. Let me quickly show you something. If you check the width of this place, of this thread from here to here, is 390. Okay, so anything you're going to offset from there now, make sure it's more than 390. You can just go with maybe 400 or go with 500. Let's go with 500. I think it's better that way. So go back to the 3D, then we'll select this one and make this 500. We've selected two already, so we type in 500, right click and say OK. So now this is, you see how the shape is, right? But this one looks different, maybe. So let me show you guys how to trim this shape. Alright, how to trim it to this, to look like this. So let me show you guys how to do that. Before we do that, what we need to do right now is click on your floor plan. No, click on front elevation instead, and then click on this. Move this back to this point. Alright, and then go back to plan view and look at it here. I'll move this one straight. Look for the middle part. This is the middle. Click on the middle and drag this back to this point. Click. Once you click, you realize that it's still vertical, right? But we need to turn this now back to this point. But before then, there's something we need to do. Okay, we need to move this forward a little. Let's check our front elevation. You see, this is backward now, so this needs to be in front. That's here. Okay, so check our 3D now, sorry, plan view. So it has shifted to the front. Now we need to rotate this one back to this point. This is very simple, just pay attention. Alright, so we'll select this middle point. This is middle point. Okay, select this middle point of this. Okay, select the middle point, click on rotate, then click on this middle point again, drag it to this middle point. Alright, and centralize it on this riser middle point, which is going to be here. Let's see. To easily get that done, right? Click on this line. Let's just say select this line, then just pick another line so we don't guess. All right. Let's select this, then bring this. This is the middle point. So click on it and draw a line there. Okay. So now select this one. Click on this middle point. All right. It's still under rotate. So select here, select this point, and then drag it to this middle point. Boom. Now there's another interesting thing we need to do, which is very, very, very important. Now we need to trim the shape out, and leave only this point. Okay, leave only that point. If you check your 3D now, look at what we have. This is what we have. So we need to shape this step like this and shape this one like this. So how do we shape this morph? Right? How to shape morph tool? How to shape morph tool? Now, let's first of all, okay, go back to your plan view. All right. There's something very important. This thing is called split. So click on this split once. Oh, no, before you click on the split, select the morph, all right? Then click on the split once. Once you click on the split, click on this line. Because now I want to split and remove this part. So click on this line and drag this thing outside and click outside. Now you can click on this now and delete this part, right? Check your 3D, discover that one part is gone. This part is gone. This part is gone. So now we need to carve out this one too. So click on your ground level again. Alright, plan level, plan view. Click on the morph, click on the split, click on this other line, alright, and click outside. Now this one can be deleted, alright, but we still have some things here. We can't delete this one because once we delete this here, it's going to trim this thing off. So we're going to leave this one like this so that this curve will remain. This curve will remain. So if we trim this one out, then this one out is gone. Alright, so now you can see we have this. Mind you, this is our reference. This is our reference. Our reference. Sorry, how do I call it? This is our reference step. Okay. So before we introduce this step all the way up, let's quickly change the material. So click on the morph, go to morph, setting dialogs rather, and click on this override. And click here, change it to titanium white, and click OK. But now there's something we still need to work on. See these green colors are showing, right? We need to change them to black, something like this. How do we do that? You quickly click on this morph, click on setting dialogs, right? Come to this first line, this one, color, change it to this. Scroll down, click on this one, change it to this, and this last one, click on it, change it to this, and click OK. Now we have that color. So how do we curve these steps now all the way up? It's very simple, very, very, very simple. How to rotate your steps upward. How to rotate them and, should I say rotate? How to duplicate them or multiply them? Okay. So what we need to do right now is, okay, something very important you need to note, okay, because if you don't get that one right, it might give you a little bit of, headache while you're trying to get it right. So now, how many steps do we need to get to this level? The height of this, which is our headroom, is 3 meters, all right? So pick your calculator. If you click on 3 meters divided by 150, 3,000 divided by 150 is going to give us 20 steps, right? Now 20 steps, we need 20 steps to get to this level. Mind you, this is our reference step. We're going to remove this one later. So let's just use this one, get them, and then maybe remove one or two. So let's proceed. Click on ground level. So how to multiply that? You click on this step, okay? Select any of this part and select multiply, okay? Now you click on rotate, right? Once you click on rotate, that's the first thing you do here. The second thing you need to do is you click on distribute, right? Once you click on distribute, the next thing you need to do is, how many copies do we need? That 3 meter divided by 150, we have 20 steps, right? So you type in 20 steps. What's the height of our roof, headroom is 3 meters, so you type in 3 meters here. Very simple. Mind you, copies is the numbers of your step, and vertical displacement is your headroom. Okay, so you click. Before you click, the last thing you need to do is rotate to part. You click this one, select this one, and click OK. Now let's rotate it. You click on this line, this middle point. Always work with this middle point, and then select this one, and still click here again. Look at what we have here. So if you check your 3D now, you discover that the steps have gone all the way up. So this is our steps. See? See? So now we don't need this one. Remember, this is our reference step, this one. So we'll delete this one. And then you come all the way up. If you come all the way up, now this is our last step. If you look closely, you discover that this top line aligns with this headroom. Like this one aligns. But we can't leave this one hanging, so we have to stretch this one a bit to align with this. Which in your main building, you end up dragging this to either flush with your handrail level, which is this handrail level, or you leave it like this. So it's still okay if you stretch it a little. Now, this is how the step is being designed. And for this one, remember this pole is going to have a footing, okay? It's going to have foundation footing, but it's not going to be hanging. So for you to have something like this, that means this step now will attach to this other one that will be in the floor, that will be inside, right? So this one will attach to that one that will be inside. But based on the level of your building, this is how it's going to look like, right? So we've done the same thing here, all right? Done the same thing. And for the handrail, if you want to learn how to get this particular handrail, it's very, very simple. How to model handrail now on your spiral staircase. How to model handrail on your spiral staircase. Now let's do that one quickly. So you escape, click on design, come to handrail, select this, click on this little arrow, and select this first one. This one, frameless glass railing. Double click on it. Before you do anything, remember this is not a straight rail, it's going to curve. So the first thing you need to do is, once you're done like this, you need to observe something. Go to your front elevation. Okay, if you measure from here, sorry, over here, from here to here, to this middle point, you discover that this is okay, this is a middle point. This is 901. It's not up to 1 meter anymore. Okay, so go back to here. I'll go back to your 3D radar. Select your handrail, which is this first one, and then from this point, right? Click on it and click on this arc by a center point. Now type in that 901, 901, and click enter. Once you've done that, start moving your handrail like this. Like this. It's going to align. We need to get the 3D well ahead, something like this now. So we're going to move it like this. Keep tracing. Okay, you see it's curving, right? To this point, you click on this point, and then straighten it and click on this other point of the step. Right click and click OK. Now check it out. Boom. But now we don't want to have these rails down here. We want just this one. Okay, so that you have free way to, navigate your way up. Now, how do we remove this one? So we click, we'll change this one to white and then change this, remove this one. So we click on this rail and click on setting dialogs. And now change, go to top rail and click, click, click on this arrow. You'll see 3D representation. Click on override, tick this override and change the color to white. Let's go with titanium white, same color. And then for the glass that we don't want to see, that's this glass. For us to remove this glass now, you come to this panel, okay, and minus. Click on minus. Once you click on minus, you click OK, and boom, it's gone. Right? Okay, it's gone. We are almost there. And now, how do we get this ones? This one is very simple. Click on your plan view. Once you click on plan view, you go back all the way and select something. Go back and select something. This rail is looking somehow. Supposed to be up to this level. Yep. It's okay now. So for us to get that baluster, okay, we're going to make use of this column. So you use this, either you pick the column or you use this pick up perimeter, or let's just click on the column so it's not be confusing. Then click on setting dialog. So we're going to change this to 20, the diameter to 20, and then the height will make it 900. Click OK. So this is the first point, which is here. Click there once. We have our thing here. So check 3D now. I discovered that it's already there. This is it. But now we need to extend this because it's still short. Click on this middle point, drag it up the way inside this, weld this one. And now the next one, you can just click. No, we need to drag this one up. Now let's click on it again and select drag. Tap control button to have a copy. You see this plus sign. So I have one here. Still up. And then let's take this one down. Drag this one down. And we're going to copy this from here. We're dragging this. Tap control to have a copy. So here. Alright. So we've replicated the same thing. Thank you so much for your time, and if you find the video helpful, please do well to subscribe. Okay? Do well to subscribe. Drop your comment, and if you have any other concept in mind you want us to work on Spiral Staircase, just let me know. Or you have any other question, let me know. So thank you so much for your time. If you love the video, please do it to subscribe. See you in the next tutorial.